So here we go. We're almost at the end. We're about to wrap this up. So I think I mentioned before that in order to get to the lakes, and I don't know if it's every lake at Banff National Park, but in order to get to the lakes, you have to drive to a certain area, leave your vehicle parked, and then take a shuttle to the lake. So whether we did that for Moraine Lake and for Lake Louise as well. And I think the shuttle ride was somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes. Once at the lake, the first thing you do, of course, is take a lot of pictures and videos. And it is a bit crowded, so you have to work around that, or at least crop the pictures after. I mean, I did see somewhere online, probably read a few websites where they claim that Lake Louise is the most photographed lake in the world. Of course, that's probably a little difficult to confirm, but there you go. But it is online, so it's probably true, right? I'm kidding. There is also the stunning, just beautiful Fairmont Chateau. We only got to look from outside, but you can see how beautiful it is. I'm sure it's pretty spectacular inside too. There I am, sending a love message and kisses to my little family back home. So this is where we start our Lake Agnus Teahouse hiking trail. And I immediately, when we started hiking, I started to feel out of breath. I mean, this was September, so it was a little chilly. It wasn't terribly cold, but it was a little chilly. So, when you're cold and you're hiking, breathing the cold air doesn't feel very comfortable. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is a bit embarrassing. I need to power through this. So I did. All good. It was all good. But we went on a really good, slow pace. Now, again, my friend Tessa, she does a lot of hiking. And as we learned earlier, does bike and running races. So she's really in really good shape. But we had a really good rhythm going. Yeah, I think it took us a couple of hours to get up to Lake Agnus, which is about the norm, from what I understand. And the internet service was pretty good up there. But at the end, I don't know if it was at the end of that day, I noticed one of the nights before going to bed, I noticed that I had bruises on my legs, the lower part of my legs. And I thought, what in the world is going on? So a quick Google search just reminded me how out of shape I was. That's all it was. So I wasn't worried about it after that. I mean, my legs weren't hurting or anything. My feet weren't hurting. Apparently those those hiking boots and hiking socks that I bought for the trip did me well because I was not hurting. My legs were just bruised. I will say Lake Louise was, as you can see, I got it puzzled. So that was my favorite part of the trip. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I get really emotional when I experience these views. Like, I just think, wow, this is just such beauty. This earth that God made, it's just so beautiful, and we get to enjoy it and appreciate it. And sometimes I do wish that I took a little more time in these places to enjoy it a bit more, and to just kind of sit with it quietly and enjoy it. But we got to do that. I got to do that somewhat. Like I said, it's a little hard sometimes to do that with so many people around. You just can't sit quietly. But we still get to enjoy it. I love bringing back these memories, like the little album I shared with you earlier. I love creating those. This puzzle, I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but this was such an enjoyable experience, just to even put the puzzle together and relive the experience and share it with you. That was really neat as well. If you have an opportunity to take a trip, you may be a solo traveler, or you may travel with your partner, whatever it is, but if you have an opportunity to travel with friends as well, take it. I think girls, I don't know, but at least in my circle, we tend to do that a little bit more. The women travel together. I actually have a cruise coming up with a few friends for my close friend's birthday. So we are going on a cruise to the Bahamas. So that will more than likely be on a puzzle. So just different trips to look forward to. And one thing that Tessa and I talked about during the trip was how it is, when you travel together, you're kind of on a different level and you get to know each other a little bit more. So that was also kind of nice. We'd been friends for a really long time, and that was our first trip. Oh, actually, no, that was our second trip. We did a work trip some years before to Virginia or Baltimore. I can't remember exactly. So this is our second trip. But then I guess work trips don't count, really. Let me know what kind of trips you have coming up. And what do you do with your treasured memories from your trips? Obviously, I'm sure you take pictures, so I'm sure you do that. But let me know what you do. Have you ever done something like this? Created a puzzle from one of your travel pictures? This here is Mirror Lake. Not that they don't all kind of look the same. That have that mirror effect. But it has that big beehive. They call it the big beehive. So this is on the way to Lake Agnus. And finally, we made it to Lake Agnus, which, as you can see, also beautiful. Again, is there an ugly lake in Canada? Maybe. In that area, I don't know. So there is the little tea house, Lake Agnus Teahouse up there. We had lunch, had a nice little time. And this is at an elevation of 7,000 feet. It was definitely a nice sitting around up there and just taking it easy after our hike. There is, if I remember correctly, you can go further. You can continue the hike. But this is as far as we went, and then we worked our way back down. But it was definitely lovely. I would absolutely recommend a visit to Banff National Park in the Canadian Rockies. Worth it. These lakes are just so stunningly beautiful that they look fake. You're standing here, you're seeing them with your eyes, and it looks fake. It reminded me of when we went snorkeling in the Bahamas. The color of the fish and the coral were so vibrant that it reminded me of the movie Nemo. It felt like you were swimming with Nemo and Dory. Very fake looking. But all right, this is coming to an end here. Thank you for letting me share this experience with you. Thank you for partaking on the journey, post-journey experience. And let me know if you visited Banff, Canada, if you're from there, if you visited Lake Louise. Let me know how your experience was. Share that. Okay, well, again, thanks a million for being here. Let me know where you're from, how you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one. I can't wait to keep sharing these with you. Lake Louise was just the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, my first travel completed custom travel puzzle with my very own picture from the trip, Lake Louise. Ah! Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but here's the first one. Let's see. Thank you for joining me. Oh, as you can see, I decided to wear my Banff shirt for the finale of this series, Lake Louise series. Thank you so much for being here for the first one. I will see you in Paris next.